Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory, indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, artists, musicians, and other creatives. If you are trying to have your project become a reality, and you don't know where to go to find the people to collaborate with in a vetted, easy-to-navigate setting, consider going to IndieCD. And if you are an artist, author, or other creative looking for a place to host and condense your online presence, by joining IndieCD, you get to be part of a community. You get access to the community calendar of events that are coming up, and you get other great opportunities that you wouldn't get anywhere else. So for the low cost of currently $40 for a lifetime membership, you can join IndieCD. But if you use Podcast One, the first 100 people to do so, and the slots are filling up fast, will get theirs for only $20. We are also made possible by sales of The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, and The Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to sharing the art with others. The Big Stumpy Robots Core Rulebook, your intro to the wonderful world of Big Stumpy Robots, where huge mechas stride across your dining table and you blow things up for amusement. And we're going to start highlighting some of my other books due to some stuff that's coming in. It's spicy season. It's spooky season. So I want to remind folks about the existence of some of my books, including but not limited to Through the Thinning Veils, 7 great stories to chill your bones. Some of them are based on actual events from my time as a paranormal consultant. Others are complete fiction. It's up to you to decide which is which. You can find that for the low cost of $3 as an ebook on Amazon. We are coming into spooky season. September is wrapping up today. It is a great time to be alive. It looks like most of us have endured the hurricanes pretty well, and we appreciate that, all of you. There are some big changes coming for us here in over here on the Nick Tockert network, as well as all over as people adjust to different plots and events. But one thing that will stay the same is the incredible quality you get here. Now, we should go right into my accountability. I have several pieces of project that I got to work on this weekend. I got a few words on Haints and Hellfire. I got a few things going because I had a really weird nightmare. And those of you who know Nick has a really weird nightmare, what he does is he writes as much of it as he can remember down and turns it into a scary story. So I am working on a project based around that. I have been requested to do some more content on my Western martial arts manuals. So that will be coming soon, hopefully in time for a Christmas order. It's getting busy and it's getting spooky. So expect some silliness from here. What else has been going on in the news? At a very late notice, because we were really concerned that LodgeCon, which has been a great event, went juried, which means they had to evaluate which vendors are actually going to be there. There were, apparently some people, some will be returning, some won't, kind of scenario. Whole lot of people are trying to get in. LodgeCon is a 2-day gaming event held in it's a little north of Bourbonnais. I put the link to LodgeCon at in the chat. We will be there. 2 days of gaming and shenanigans. That means it's about a 3-dayer for us. It is technically our biggest event of the year, and that starts. It's also how we celebrate our wedding anniversary. So it's an exciting time. I am very pleased. I hope you are very pleased. You can come out, and attendance is free unless you want to game. At which point, if you are hitting the gaming tables to play, basically anything but the games I demo, because I keep my stuff free. I think it's $10 a person for multi-days. Yeah, it's just it's a great event. They're amazing people. I can't wait to get back up there and get into it. So if you're in the area, you'll be hearing about LodgeCon more throughout the month. But I want to get you guys kind of prepped, because that is coming up. We will be doing, to the best of my knowledge, all our standard broadcasts, including Wednesday's art program, per the norm. We also, like I said, I am busy working on some surprises and shenanigans to come up. I want to remind everyone, tomorrow is the 1st of October. So if you engage in the read along for A Night in Lonesome October by Roger Zelazny, if that's something you do, which my whole family does, we all pile together and read that lovely book. Tonight is the night to make sure you can find your copy. This is also, we are into Leafy Moss, and Leafy Moss is the secret celebration I put up at the beginning of fall to encourage authors and other creatives to share their ebooks with each other, so that everyone may have free access to great stories to make the transition into the colder months just a little bit nicer. If you are one of the local people, the indie CD types who know me, reach out and let me know if you need access to the indie CD, or not the indie CD, sorry, the secret Leafy Moss folder. Also, big news. Our hero Brian K. Morris, is back broadcasting. I believe it is tonight at 8 o'clock my time. Not o'clock, a clock. We're seizing the clock. Seize the means of chronographic demonstration. Anyway, he's going to be doing Clever Title Pending. I guess he's got guests and things lined up. I am so happy to see the man, the myth, the legend back up broadcasting. So that is coming down the pipe. I am, in personal news, I am working on possibly getting sponsorship, assistance, even material donations from a couple companies. Now, I can't get into the details, but it does involve currently one of my programs far more than the others. And it does mean that I won't be highlighting some of your more shenanigan-y commentary. Not bashing on anybody, but I got to be a little extra careful at this time. And I want to maintain that carefulness because I want to be able to use my connections to further a couple of my projects, including the Books for Blasters initiative I'm trying to get formalized so that I can spread it to other libraries, wherein people who might be done with their functioning Nerf guns can donate them to their local library and have their library, use those as rewards for teens and tweens to keep reading, especially boys, because getting boys into reading and getting boys to stay reading is a major challenge, and it's something I think is important, so I am working towards that. All right, with that, I'm a little early wrapping up my my shenanigans just because so much of what I've done I can't talk about yet. Like I said, things may get a little weird around here. It's the spooky season; it happens. But it's always worth it, isn't it, folks? So what I'm going to do is drop Joe's ad like it's hot, and then I will be back in about a minute and a half to start going through the comments. So I will see you then, and we'll be back for the most interesting chat in internet broadcasting. Handling that. I've got a lot of messages coming in, and a couple of them are business related, so I may be hopping briefly to check them because sometimes you have to hit irons while they are hot. Now, let's go and let's check your chat out. Let's see. First through the door was technically me giving you guys the link to Through the Thinning Veil because I want you to have access to a little bit of spookydom as the world winds up for that. And Carl Witzman is the first actual guest with our good morning, friends and lurkers. Hello, Carl. Tell us how the Muncie event went. Accountability. Muncie event is over. It sparks some ideas to add to the manual. Some work is never done. Isn't that great? Isn't it great that you can keep a passion project like that going? And while you may be providing that manual for free to Muncie players, there's nothing saying that you can't both put promotions to your other books at the end and possibly sell ad space in the back. Just a thought. And good morning, Dawn. Here comes the dawn. Shooby-dooby. Dawn Dulas is becoming a real powerhouse in the background of helping people promote through Indie CD and other programs. She is also, of course, the creator of Georgette and Buddy, Buddy and Georgette, her fanciful felines. And you can read about their stories and misadventures on Facebook. Hi, dear. And we have, okay. And Donna saying, hey, Nick, Dawn, and Witzman Dude. Hello, Donna. Donna Colleen has a new book fast approaching, if not out. Gall, the title just slipped me. I know it involves the Irish, but we'll see. Luck of the Irish? I'm not sure. But it should be good because all her writing is. I love the authors I know. Psst, says Dawn. If Chris pops in, it's his B-day today. Now, I would never conspire against a dear friend to make sure he feels special on his birthday. It's not like I take those things dreadfully serious for everyone but me. And Carl Witzman says, hi, Donna and Dawn. Hi, Carl. And Thesis is greeting us. Good morning, Thesis. How are you doing? And Thesis and accountability. Journal commission is done. I just need to get the Apvillian calligraphy done for Dan. Rock on. I am hoping, dear friends, that Thesis can get through that because this is going to be the busy season for us creatives. If you want to take commissions, my art commissions are currently open right now. And I am working on the friends and family account of, if you want an art commission, pay what you can. Okay? I know how cruddy the economy is, but reach out to me. I will do custom art for people at a, just let me know what you're going to be able to swing. And I'm doing pay what you can, because we all need to be able to help each other. And this is basically my tightest month of the year, well, coming up to it, because I have recurrent bills, including my DeviantArt account bill, which takes a lot out of my humble income that I get, because most of the stuff I make through my business dealings rotates either back into supporting the Historical Fencing Guild or my version of the Books for Blasters program, or just keeping these shows and things going. So it's a great time to make some money, and it's a great time for you guys to get some custom art. Now, I will say I am currently without a functioning scanner, so everything will be digital until such time as I can afford the upgrade. And if I'm going to upgrade, I need to save up so I can actually upgrade to high-res scanning, which will cost a substantial amount of money. That means I will be saving most of next year to hopefully be able to afford it for this time of year next year. And let's see. Not sure if Nick is still at the keyboard or if he is still having breakfast. Hope he is having breakfast. My pre-show breakfast is a nutritional shake from Walmart. I down one of those to get my meds down, and then I slam into here and I get done what I can. Afterwards, I might get something else to eat, but this is my morning ritual. I also, set up my little beverage here. And cool, Thesis. It's going to be quiet today if we don't get some more chatters in here. I have faith in my audience. And hey, Thesis. And sorry, watching some Foxworthy before the show starts. And other news, which I forgot. Marvel and DC have apparently lost their stranglehold on the word superheroes. There's a big legal dispute, which I hope Brian K. Morris is going to cover, because I have faith in the man, and he's very good at such things. But the terms superhero and supervillain are getting and distributed, which will affect a lot of my independent comic creator friends. And Don says, I'm spent from yesterday. I'm certain you are. The Muncie event took a lot out of a lot of people. And Carl says, I was worried about that, Don. Hope you aren't in pain, though. And Foxy drops in. Hey, Foxy. Hey, Foxy. Like Don said, I'm in slow mode after overdoing things yesterday. I understand that vibe. And just sore more than anything, have a few things I need to get done today. Yes, I have quite a bit to get done today, so this will be one of those where I am ducking out pretty hard at the hour line. But plan on taking it. Whoa! Going to Washington, or are you leading an orc army? Easy. Gotcha. And Don, when I got home yesterday, my foot was so swollen, Carl had to pull the shoe off. It got better quickly, though, after that. Wow. You guys had a lot of fun then. And that is the link for LodgeCon. I hope to see you guys November 2nd and 3rd. You know how you're looking for spots where you can get really cool Christmas presents? I mean, really cool. Come down to LodgeCon. Trust me, totally worth it. And don't forget to like and share, folks. Thank you, Donna. Liking and sharing, and I assume you're all subscribed, helps me get my assorted messages and the messages of others out. And we do a lot of good here. So I appreciate that. And hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. Joe Bachman is popping in for a moment to drop like and say hello. I'm going to be listening backstage as usual, but a ton of month-end reports due today. Yeah, Poor Joe has been working. He had to take his headset off and get the look of pure annoyance as he dealt with some level of profound idiocy. I know it was profound idiocy because I could feel it in my chest. That, good Lord, that's not possible. So be sure to check in on the Indie CD stuff if you get a chance. And thank you to our one viewer from Indie CD on Twitch. No fun. Hey, Joe. And that reminds me, this is the last day of Teal Month, a.k.a. Interstitial Cystitis Awareness Month. I'm actually aware of the condition, but as you know, I suffer from a large number of speech impediments, so I apologize for my stumbling through that. Thank you for sharing that, Dawn. It is a condition that affects a great number of people who desperately could use a little more assistance. Hey, Joe, and hugs for Dawn. Someday today, I'll be changing my nails out for the October ones. Ookie spooky. Let's get it on, folks. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. That's the plan. Dawn says, squeak! Happy birthday to Chris. Happy birthday, good sir. I don't want to get sued for this, so we're going to stop now, right here. Happy birthday, Chris. Oh, I'm just clicking on the many, many happy birthday Chris's. And, Digsby TW7. Hey, what's up? What's up, Diggs? How you doing, sir? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you, Foxy. And we are actually coming up. And I'm going to run an ad because I do have sponsors. I have independent sponsors, and I support each and every one of them. And we're going to start with that fill-in, I think. So I'll be back in a little bit.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphellion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And sponsors, wow, Nick goes corporate. Nick has been trying to go corporate since the get-go. One thing I have to remind a couple people about, because some people get this idea that I am just a YouTuber for the shenanigans of it, because I keep a fluffy, serious demeanor. But I am doing these things for very specific purposes. One of them being that I do not work out of the home due to taking care of my son and my own limitations. Uh, I also, because of his needs, I'm trying to build up a legacy of things with royalties and other issues to ensure that he has things that will be able to help him after I'm not here anymore. So it's a real challenge. But yes, I'm all about helping people and building people up. So I'm trying to partner with companies that will help me do that. And like I said earlier, my Blasters for Books initiative is something I'm rather proud of. I'm working really hard to get this going. I also want to let folks know I will be doing a program. I want to say, let me look at my calendar real quick because it's supposed to be on all my calendars, and I bet it isn't. But I want to say it's the 17th. Let me look. I think it's oh wait, I need the actual proper month. Yes, Thursday the 17th, I will be doing a program on world building and how I DM for the. It will be geared at the teens and younger people who've just gotten into role playing, but it is something. So we're working on it. And yes, guys, I'm a CEO. I've always been corporate. I thought BChem was on October 2nd. I may have the day wrong because I'll be honest, seeing him made me just lose my mind finding out that he was broadcasting. So if I misdid the date, I apologize. Follow Brian K. Morris and help him bring Cookie home. We're at a chilly 58 this morning. We are currently at 67 degrees and overcast, which means I might be able to get to do some of the filming I wanted to do. The weather and things has been just nightmarish this year. My babies! Yes, Don, I love your babies. Being the Buddy and Georgette, and that's Georgette and Buddy. Facebook.com/Georgette and Buddy. Hear about their misadventures. Foxy says, I wasn't mumsying, but making a lot of cookies. So many cookies. Ooh, cookies. Indeed. They aren't my recipe pretty good. Thesis' mom wanted to make cookies, and her arms are messed up. So guess who did a lot of cookies? Yeah, you're a good person. There will be a Behind the Code tonight. Okay. No new profiles to set up yet. Well, we need to work on that. Folks, if you've been on the edge about getting out there and promoting, now's a good time. But at least I get taste test as they come out of the oven. Live the dream. And no rant this week, but I will be discussing Chinese birthday traditions. And I will be watching the rant one probably sometime either tonight or tomorrow morning. Because, like I said, this was a very busy time. October 2nd at 7 p.m. Central, the same time as the Burning is Yarn. I think, well, I'm sure that can be handled. You can always catch one or the other in repeat because we have reached a point where enough people are broadcasting on our wonderful networks that there's going to be overlap. And there is no shame or problem. Now, yes, as a courtesy, I do try not to step onto Nita and Daphne's program time over on the Indie Comics Network. And that's because, one, I've been a fan of both Daphne and Nita's work for almost as long as I've been a fan, or possibly as long as I'm a fan of Dan Hollifield's work. I just didn't know that those two were involved in the things they were involved with. So, out of some long-standing respect, I tried to leave them their window relatively unmolested, and I also understand that we're going to have programs like expect at some point this week several Nick Knows Nerfs, because I am actually a little behind. So I want to try and get some discussions out so I can get into the longer form video of how to nerf for somebody who's never done it. I'm really, really looking to getting involved in that. It's a project that actually is why I launched the channel. I just wanted to make sure there was interest before I went into it. So that's coming down the pipe. Let's see. I think we're doing really good. I'm excited, guys. And Foxy says, because quality control and such things absolutely necessary for all forms of cookies. I love cookies. However you justify it, Foxy. Ha ha ha. Oh yes, that is amazing. And it's about time to run an ad. So I'm going to run. Well, you know what? Carl did his Munzie show. So maybe we can get Don and Carl to do a recap of what happened at the Munzie program, so that you guys can be better versed in what to do the next time you want to do a Munzie program.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munzie, we want to Munzie, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munzie, we've got to Munzie. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munzie is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munzie, we want to Munzie, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munzie, we got to Munzie. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Yes, it's a wonderful program for getting out there, going places, keeping active, and that Carl works so hard for that. It's really cool. I love when people are passionate about what matters to them, whether there's profit in it or not. Anybody who knows what I do knows I am very good at doing things and then suddenly not making money off of it. It's a gift. It's a talent. It's a skill. But the people who go out there and make something beautiful for others are the people who need to be respected. And I am really appreciative of the people who have the courage to do that. It's not easy. It's not common, and it needs to be more commonplace. People need to be willing to talk about what they love in free, open environments. That's part of why I love being part of the Independent Creator Directory. The Independent Creator Directory does more than just, give a web hosting and recommend things. It is a community, and I dig it. I really do dig helping people get their name out there, encouraging people to write and chase that dream of being an author. Now let's see. I'm quite serious about quality. Just teasing you, Foxy. I know, I'm just having fun at my own expense, and that's fine. Chair. Yes, my throat is a little shot from having visited my parents, as are my nerves from the drive, but we are making it work. That song was sung live yesterday. Well, part of it. Oh, it's a shame you guys didn't get a picture of that. Chair. Yeesh, my voice is scratchy when I tried to sing. Yes, mine is abhorrent. It is a miracle I'm making through the stream as well as I have. Add how fun, Carl. Indeed. We are just at an opportunity, guys, where I'm excited. It is fully fall. Spooky season is upon us. The cold weather always brings out my creativity. The sun is a little lower, and I have a lot more overcast days, which for most of you guys might be a little depressing, but it actually means I get to go out and do a lot more because my conditions are greatly affected by excessive heat and sunlight. So the hotter periods of the summer might as well be winter for me, in that I have to stay locked down as much as possible to not risk getting sick from it all. It is a very challenging situation, but it's one I undertake because I have no other choice. But once fall hits, oh, it's cool enough to have a fire and sit by it. It's cool enough for see, I never understood why there's more grilling in the fall. I love to grill in the fall. And let's see. How fun, Carl. And Chris says last day for reduced badge prices at HoloCon this year. www.holocon.com. If you're going to that erstwhile event held in Dalton, Georgia, please reach out and save yourself some money, and have a great time. The people out there are amazing. Unfortunately, prior agreements kind of conflict with HoloCon for me, but that's okay. We were just talking about the importance of, if you get to a place where the people you're associating with are broadcasting and doing things so much that there are conflicts, that's a good sign that you are in a good place. And only one more month before Mariah Tide. I'm going to say something. This might be a hot take. Thanksgiving, it's a holiday. That's right. As a recovering fat guy, Thanksgiving is a holiday. That means that I recognize that too. Why? So I don't get inundated. I think that's how to say it. Anyway, we'll say drowned. We'll just skip to a different word. In forced festive spirit. I do what I can for those I can, because my finances are always challenged, especially this time of year. But what's more important is that we engage in, as we approach the holidays, going on, from a perspective of love and support. Okay? One thing I'm looking forward to is the opportunity to vote early. I usually vote early at this point because very often not HoloCon, so you've got me thinking about HoloCon and being jealous. LodgeCon and a few other things, and my anniversary overlap with Election Day. So it's very necessary for me and Amanda to vote early so that we can do our civic duty. And I hope you people do too. Now, I actually got a lovely message from Kelly Austin, who unfortunately has not been able to attend our lovely events because she is working working for the Democratic Party to try to do what she feels is her civic duty. And while this show is not politicized or political, I do encourage you to go out and do your civic duty. As much as I may have opinions about one side or the other, I would far rather have everyone who is involved get out and use their right and privilege to vote, perhaps while you can. That being said, we have Foxy. I love fall, my favorite season. I am looking forward to getting the assorted hoodies and fall wear out. The slow progression to, yes, guys, there's a Hawaiian shirt under the sweater. Don't worry about it, season. And for all those who read read my script on Facebook the other day. That is how I imagine the thawing of the beast. I saw that. Mine is similar in some places, but different in others. We may write that up. And Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday. It is, and I think, especially now in these very turbulent times, turbulent and turbulent. I might be making a new word. I do that sometimes. Times we need to be grateful and appreciative. We need that sense of the attitude of gratitude for what we have, because many people have less. And then from that perspective, we can look at the people who aren't as fortunate as we are and do what good we can for them. And that is something I am obviously passionate about. And Foxy says, I have nails. I need to order soon. I am doing a turkey for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's delightful. Be very afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. She wants your soul. She doesn't want my soul. That thing's bruised and battered. I've had to fight for it for too long. And I love how the internet had memed that song. Indeed. Don Dulas, listening mode has been mostly engaged this morning. I'm aware of that, and that's okay. A lot of you guys are recovering. And listening is good, Dawn. And Foxy says, I do not wear sweaters and stuff at that time of life where I'm almost always hot. My phrasing has to be very careful to keep to my own mandates, but I am understanding and aware of that. I fully support people's ability to dress in ways that make them comfortable. Fall, especially early and middle fall, is a very enjoyable time of year. I agree. And let's see. As it is spooky season, and I happen to know some people who do some really fun things with spookdom. Let's see what they're up to. Yes. And yes, you caught me writing. I am in the middle of, during the ads, trying to promote Apvillian on Reddit. I do these things for you guys. Yeah, let's see. Warm days, cool nights, death of skeeters. My parents, whom I love, I went to visit them. And I don't talk a lot about my family life entirely. But amid the joy of visiting them and hanging out and getting to have a bit of a fire and nice things like that, they explained that they had one of those electrified tennis racket bug zappers, and to listen to them delight in how much fun they had with it. That's what I'm going to have to get one. That's really cool. At the end of my visit, as I was about to go home, they handed me one new and package, so that when the gnats come in or the other bugs, because when you live across a cornfield and they have the habit of taking the corn away every so often, all the critters try to migrate into my house. It's just a thing. It's an annual battle. Being able to just go zzz, 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 and not only deal with them, but get a little bit of vengeance. Yes. And harvesting food, being thankful for what you have, and looking forward to being festive and colorful during the coldest time of year is something to enjoy and celebrate. Preach on, my good man. Koepp, best time of the year. And I will say this to those who are celebrating Christmas early, because it really does bring joy and a great time, enjoy it. Seriously, enjoy it. Don't let anybody dim your light. Now, for some of us, because of traumas and things, Christmas can be a little rough. And for the people who don't enjoy it or don't celebrate it, that's fine too. But I do hope you can find some of the love and companionship and family, whatever brings you together, in that spirit. Because the only way we're going to make the world better, guys, I believe that all great change does not come from the top. Great change, growth, and improvement of the human race starts at the bottom when the common people decide we're going to take care of each other. We're going to be kinder. We're going to be more loving. And maybe have a little bit more fun. And so that is what I'm about and what I'm going to promote. And that's what I hope you're about and I'm going to promote too. I hope you guys have a good time with it. Now, Fruit Ninja, but bug style. As something of a swordsman and sword master and weapons master, I do enjoy alternate workouts. And something like that will help build up my target identification and range games. So I'm all for it. Woo! Hewley, that was awful. I've been gassed. May the force be with you, Foxy. And it's like anything. Enjoy and celebrate for the right reasons and do what you can for those who aren't used to being a happy time for them. You are a wonderful soul, Chris Walker, and I am privileged to know you. Everything I've heard, seen, and having had the pleasure of meeting you in person tells me you are just one of those great people who are walking this earth doing good. Poor Huli and Foxy, indeed. Fruit Ninja with an actual trainer in your hand is quite fun. Yes, I have done a good bit of that. There was also it was some kind of sword fight simulator I found at Dave & Buster's many years ago when I was in really ugly shape. And I don't high score on video games often, but you were sword fighting by dragging your finger around on a gigantic touch screen. And once I got the void and parry buttons down, controls, it was just thunk, 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 thunk. So yes, things like that are great trainers. Someday I would like to be able to afford one of the VR sets because there are several sword trainer based things that would really benefit me, I think, because the controls are a bit lighter, but it keeps the motion. And while I'm dealing with what I have to deal with, it's a great way to build and maintain. Somebody got the idea that workout and progress has to be miserable, and it doesn't. It can be quite enjoyable. I feel privileged to know each of you in the chat, along with Nick and his lovely family. Well, thank you, sir. I've had the privilege of working with and knowing some truly incredible people. And when I can, I try to promote them as I can. So let's throw some love to another great person that I know, Cindy Koepp. And yeah, Cindy's great people. And Foxy says, Chris, and I'm glad to know you, and thank you, fucking, for the kind words. Well, you deserve it. I do take birthdays very seriously for people. I want many people I have found who tend to be giving don't always get support and are often taken for granted. And it's important that on things like their birthday, we take time when we know it's their birthday to reach out and build those people up. That's what I'm about. That's what I've been about in all my fields and all my shows. And we get tongue in cheek around here, but that's what we're doing. We want to build each other up. And as we approach and we get trucking, both with our day-to-day and with some of the other things that are going on, realizing the intent. I do believe that intent matters. Actions will always matter more, but the intent of what you're doing will always influence the action at some extent. And that's what we do here. I am not a rich man. I am not a powerful man. I am not a famous man. But I am somebody who loves more than anything to give somebody one of these numbers and try to help them to the next level. And seeing where people I know are getting and have gotten and are heading. It's a real privilege, guys. It's a real privilege is to not just know you guys and not just do what we do, but to get to watch over time the growth. Because of things like Apphilion-Webzine, I'm seeing people who never had the courage to write and publish get published because of things like Amazon, KDP, and Lulu, and other direct publishers like that. Independent publishing is getting your stories out. And there is nothing more, I don't want to say sacred because I don't want to blaspheme, but special than you guys telling the story. Because there are a lot of things people can do and businesses can do to make life easier, but they can never tell your story. The only ones who can tell your story are you. And for some of us, the need and ability to do that are why we stick around. And this is good. Okay? So if you're sitting on the edge right now, you have something and you're not sure whether it's good enough. I will say get it proofread, possibly edited. If you have friends who can do that, absolutely. If not, please look up ndcd.org. You can find editors who will work surprisingly inexpensive to help you make your book the best it can be. Many of them are people we've seen in the chat today. But get your story out there. Too many people, too many large business organizations and governments and things control the narrative of what matters and what life is and what we value. And I think it's very important that these wonderful people who, and I do consider heroic, I literally consider publishing your stories and your belief to be heroic, because that's an intense vulnerability and it's incredibly scary. And I want to reach out to you wonderful, wonderful people. So, and remind you that you can do it and that it matters and that you guys matter. So let me knock out some comments, and we'll probably drop some ads, and we're getting towards the end of the program. Let's see. I think everyone here has become such an important part of my life. I'm glad to know you all. We are, and thank you, Foxy and Nick, for the kind words. Okay, I did say that, but I wanted to make sure. Nevermind the Furthermore is awesome. That's what we do here, and I'm glad it's working. To know Chris is to love him. Can't wait to get to hug him again. You're a freaking man, Nick. No, I'm not. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to be kind. If I can try to be kind, I hope that's enough. Only 8 likes. We need Nick getting double digits today. Well, we'll see. And there are going to be quiet days. People can always catch it in the rerun. I'm okay with that. Are you guys going to cry now? This is getting emotional. No. If you are feeling an emotional, cry. If you're feeling something else, feel it. I want you guys to be sincere. Drop mine. Foxy did her part. And do it for Nick. Do it for me, like this podcast today. Just 2 more likes. I get what you're trying. I'm good, Carl. I don't do emotions well, so I don't cry often. It happens. Definitely get your work proofread and edited. And already got my next book to the proofreaders, and Carl's already got an awesome cover for Luck of the Irish. I thought that was the name of your title. Wonderful. Wonderful, Donna. And to try is better than not to try. Effort matters and counts. Yes. One thing I have told a few people, I have failed more than many of you have ever tried. And I've succeeded a few times too. I mean, behold the wonder of this broadcast. I'm broadcasting from my own home. I'm living the American dream. The thump that we heard was my very tired, very grumpy little teenager. Little 6-foot lots thumping through. It happens. And Dawn says, okay, I'm back. The show is almost done, LOL. It happens. That's usually how it goes. I was listening the entire time. I have faith that you were, Dawn. Let's run an ad for, let's see. Actually, this one's really important to me to run whenever possible. And we'll get back and we'll run a couple more maybe.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
That's what I want for you guys. I want everyone to have a chance to art and to get out there and do some stuff. So actually, let's see. Got a few comments. Good. And Dawn says hi, Xander. Okay, he's not speaking yet. You do better than you may realize. Well, I try. I'm very appreciative of what I have. I've tried and failed so many things before I found what works. Absolutely. And Foxy's saying hi, Xander. And I was just teasing about crying, trying to break the tension. Oh, no, I understand. There's no worries about that. Morning, Xander. Have a great day. Chris wants you to have a great day. And if it wasn't for Nick, his lovely group of people, I wouldn't be streaming, have 2 stories published, writing music again, or picking up my brushes and doing calligraphy again. I believe, guys, in the importance of ripples. I believe that our actions have consequences. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. You can't always know all of them. Which is why I say intent matters. Sometimes you goof up royally, but if you genuinely didn't intend to harm, much of the time, good comes out of it. But as I said, I'm not a wealthy man. I'm not a powerful man. I am not someone history will remember. at least on the large scale. It's just not the way the universe works. But if I can make a few positive ripples that nudge one person towards a better path, or to keep going, and that person does the same, it chains out, and the whole course of fate gets shifted. People strive and scheme and study in pursuit of magic. They want the power to make change. And yet, they don't realize the power they have to do that. Well, think about this. How many of us have read the you go back in time and any action you take can change the timeline dramatically? We've all read this. But do we get the point of those stories? The point of those stories is not just the, oops, I stepped on a butterfly in 1896 and now we're all speaking German when we come back or whatever. It's that we have the exact same power to influence the future right now. So guys, please, please wield that power and wield it well. Okay? Let's see, where was I? Inspiration is an amazing thing. Support is an amazing thing. And you guys are doing great at both of them. Walker says, Chris Walker, Georgia Ranger. Anyway, I'm loving the vibe with today's show, especially on my birthday. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being and stopping by. Thank you for being a friend. And Strip is on my screen, clawing it, crawl along the bottom. Must be cat lunch. Ow, he nibbled me. Watch your battery for next month, Mr. Walker. And, geez, feed that cat. We need to carry this vibe into Wednesday since that will be the day before my birthday. You are excited about this birthday. You've been talking about your birthday since August, so I'm excited to hear what you're up to. Hopefully that will be the case. I hope so. We try to build that up. And a quick reminder to folks who may not know, Wednesday will be our art stream, where I sit down and draw at least the 3 thumbnails for next week. And we have a lot of fun. Other quick note, as we wrap up this, remember that if you are going to do a draw a day, a day challenge for the month of October, not to use Inktober, because the hashtag Inktober and Inktober itself is registered to someone who attempted to sue everybody who used it to get some kind of possible ownership, partial ownership of the copyright of what they do. So do not use Inktober prompts. Use other prompts that look like Inktober but aren't, or make your own. I'm planning to do some of that myself. We also remember that NaNoWriMo has been used. The company that bought out NaNoWriMo is doing things with the AI. So if you're using November as a novel writing month, do so, but have nothing to do with the official site. Because I believe in building people up, not scamming them as they go by. And hopefully that will be the case, Thesis. Don't know if you saw my post from yesterday, but the positive vibe I felt during the drive to Danville was just awe-inspiring. I am so glad. I was away from my phone most of yesterday, visiting my family and driving, so I didn't get to see a lot of your message. And I did see that, Dawn. And I'm doing Venktober to honor Dr. Peter Venkman. Okay. If there's actually something like that going on, I'd love to know what that's about. Do your own stuff. Ignore the corporate bull. Saw 10 lineman trucks from Iowa heading south. My heart broke and felt hopeful at the same time. I haven't seen it yet, Dawn, but I'm but I haven't been on since last night. So we will check on that. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up right here, guys. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. And I will see you Wednesday for the special long form episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Toodles all.